Hello, we're back again and it's Responding to Life. My name is NKATHA. Today's topic is a bit of a hit the nail on the head kind of topic. But before we get into the topic, welcome to all the new viewers and kindly subscribe to the channel for more content. And for all those who are returning subscribers, thank you so much for staying loyal despite my inconsistency. I promise I will stay consistent, and there are more videos to watch out for and more exciting content. So stay loyal and thank you so much for coming back.
Currently, I'm saved by His grace. But this does not mean that I haven't had my fair share of setbacks. I've gone through anger, I've gone through depression. But you know what? I've risen above my circumstances.
Now, let's get right into the topic. Today's topic is a boss attracts a boss. Let me tell you something. I got into trouble because of this mindset. So I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below and what your opinion is. So basically, you cannot set standards of which you do not meet individually. So today's topic is aimed to individuals who are looking for people to maybe settle with, or people to be in a relationship with, or maybe you already are in a relationship and you're thinking, I want something different because you maybe have a different mindset right now or something of the sort. Now, going back to when I was younger, because I'm still very, very young, I had a set mind on the individual that I want to be with, and most of these things were very materialistic. There's nothing wrong with being materialistic, honestly, but looking at where I was at points, it was kind of unrealistic. And I think this is where I have an issue, where we tend to aim for certain situations or either certain standards, or either we set certain standards yet we do not qualify for those standards ourselves. I mean, I was writing the other day and I wrote about this topic specifically, and I was laughing actually while I was writing it, because I was thinking about myself. And there's a time I wanted a tall, dark and handsome and rich and all that kind of thing. And I wanted an Idris Elba looking guy. And then when I looked at myself, I was, hey, Jesus, far from it. We need to be able to get to a point where we understand that when you set standards, you first look at yourself and then gauge yourself. Where are you at? Where do you aim to be? So that you can set a standard on another individual. Because mind you, the individual who you're setting a standard for also has a standard as to which they want to be fulfilled. Let me give you an example. You realize Hollywood people tend a lot, most of the time, to intermarry Hollywood individuals. Why? Because they are of the same level, same financial level, same fame and all that kind of thing. It's usually such a wow factor for somebody who's famous to all of a sudden introduce someone who's maybe not as famous or not on the same level. Let's not even go to Hollywood. Let's just think about the places where we live ourselves. People who are sort of famous tend to, get with each other and so on and so forth. Or even in your class, people who are hot tend to go to hotness and so on and so forth. And often it's so weird. It's so like, oh my God. It's such a situation when someone goes for someone who is, I wouldn't call less, but someone who's maybe not of the same standard. So that's my point basically. And at times we kind to over wish. There's nothing. Let's get this straight first of all, because I think this actually got me into trouble some few days ago, where I stated that if you want a rich man or a rich woman, what do you have to bring to the table yourself? You see, at times, and actually ladies came at me, guys came at me telling me that it's not wrong for ladies. They're tired of ladies being victimized or rather being shut down because of wanting a rich man. And I have no problem with that. My point was just that what are you bringing onto the table yourself? Men and women of these days set such high criteria that they do not meet. I'm sorry to say, but we're hitting the nail on the head. You set standards that you do not meet at all, nowhere close to them. You want tall, dark, handsome Idris Elba looking like, yet you do not maintain yourself individually. You are looking for Naomi Campbell, yet you do not look like an Idris Elba. I mean, I'm just saying. I have no issue with you wanting, or even for myself, me wanting someone who is established. But where am I? Am I even close to being established individually? And my problem also is when we look at relationships, especially for us women, even me, because I had that mentality before, we look at a man as a financial breakthrough. Now, this was my point before I got into trouble. I have no issue with the lady wanting a man who has money. However, is his money a financial breakthrough for you? Do you term the relationship as an upgrade for you? That's where we now have an issue. When you want a woman who has this and that and that, what is that for really? And how are you terming? Do you just want someone who's a trophy? What is it that you're looking for in an individual that is beneficial to the whole institution of a relationship or being together and so on and so forth? Work on yourself. I feel that it's very, very important to work on yourself before you start setting standards to other people, because Idris Elba has his own standards that he wants to be met. So you're here wishing for Idris Elba, yet you cannot meet Idris Elba standards. Do you understand? You are here wishing for Oprah Winfrey, but you cannot meet Oprah Winfrey standards. It's about time that we stop looking at relationships as sources of, oh, what can I get? Or what can I do? Let me set standards because I want this and this and this so that I can get this and that. But what can you give? And I always insist on looking at a relationship in terms of what can I bring to the table before I start asking for what I can take, or rather what I can get, or rather what is pleasing me. But what is it that I'm going to give? What is it that I'm going to bring to the table that will make the relationship work? Because severally we say that we cannot date below our standards. We say that we cannot date below this and this and this. A man or a woman has to be like this. But what are you? What are you? And I think that this is something that you need to think about. I have thought about it for a very long time. And I feel like when we get to a point of first evaluating ourselves, first asking ourselves, what can I bring to the table? What am I bringing to the table? If I want money, am I in a situation where if there's no money from that individual, that I can bring that money in? These are just but silly examples, but whatever it is that you have on your list, what if that fades one day? I mean, you're looking for figure 8 and all that kind of thing. What if that figure 8 disappears? I mean, she gets a kid and then all of a sudden, boom. What happens to your relationship? Because is that standard a deal breaker for your relationship? And I think that this is very, very important, and it's something that we need to teach each other. And I would love to hear what you think about it, and please note it down in the comments. Tell me what you think about it, and do not forget to visit our website www.respondingtolife.org. Also, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Again, tell a friend to tell a friend, and do not forget to watch out for our posts on our social media handles, which are down below. And do holler at me. Tell me what you think about today's topic. Tell me what you think. What are your standards? What are your arguments for your standards? And so on and so forth. Let's get a conversation going. So with that said, my name is NKATHA, and this is Responding to Life.